And it was in a house in the woods, and I meditated in the house and I meditated in the yard because it was fabulous. And also it was interesting, I used to meditate in the winter, and one time I was meditating and I was finally coming out of it and it was snowing on me. And I hadn't felt it, but it was those fabulous giant flakes that come down very softly and gently, and they look like giant corn flakes. Absolutely fabulous. It was a wonderful moment. And but I never felt it. I was in a jacket and I had my boots on, my socks, and I always unzip the jacket because I don't like the heat. Where am I stuck? But nevertheless, and it was a fabulous moment. But evil will check you out, good checks you out, and your vibration will begin to increase. You will find, without even thinking about it, that you're drinking less beer, you're drinking less whatever you're drinking. You're not so interested in getting high. And you're not so interested in some of the people that really you shouldn't have in your life anyway. And you are interested in reading a decent book or a magazine. And that your life is improving slowly but surely because your vibration is becoming more elevated. And in more elevated vibrations, you get more elevated behaviors and more elevated surroundings. So everyone is entitled. And you say, how do I meditate? Here's the idea. Do not lay down. When you're laying down, guess what you're doing? You're laying down and you're falling asleep. If you want television reception, do they bury the antenna? No. They stick it up in the air. Remember the old rabbit ears? Well, you don't get reception when you put it under the couch.
Because your spine is the antenna.
Because your spine is the antenna, and your spinal cord, or some people call it the silver cord, which is attached to the God force. I used the analogy of a giant wad of chewing gum a few shows ago that were pulled out from the giant wad of chewing gum. When you ask a question, you want to know something. So then you create the need to find out what that is all about. And if you get the answer and you don't ask anything else, pop, you're home again. Otherwise, you stretch out until you get all the questions and situations taken care of that you thought you needed to find out about. And then you eventually work your way home onto the giant wad of chewing gum.
But could that be after hundreds of lifetimes?
That could be after hundreds of lifetimes. It could be after 3 lifetimes. And that doesn't mean you should ask anything, because as a part of the giant wad of chewing gum, you have all the answers. But if you become transfixed with something in the astral world, then you have created the need to find out about it. And then if you say, well, this is no fun, I enjoyed it at home better, then pop, you're home again.
Basically, you just answered the meaning of life. I'd like to just point that out to our listeners. Okay. So meditation, upright, no walking meditation.
Yeah, you can be in a peaceful state, walking in the woods or a beautiful garden or by a river or a lake. You can be in a peaceful state of relaxing to fall to sleep, laying down, but you're not meditating. Meditation is a conscious effort. You sit up straight in a comfortable chair. You're not slouching around in a beanbag. You are sitting up in a comfortable chair, head upwards, spine straight, feet comfortably on the ground, not in high heels or sore shoes. Take your shoes off. If your feet always get cold, either have a blanket or wear warm socks, slippers, whatever. You close your eyes and focus right above your nose, not way up in your forehead, because you cross your eyes and you'll be uncomfortable and you hurt your eyes. Just right above your nose in your third eye. The window to your soul, your pituitary gland, which, once you're meditating, sets up a vibration between your pituitary gland and your pineal gland, and the energy bounces back and forth and activates your spinal cord. And they have all kinds of MRIs and CT scans and all kinds of stuff showing people who meditate cause a positive change in the brain. And all kinds of illnesses have been lessened or cleared up with people who meditate. It doesn't mean you'll never get a cold. You'll get fewer colds because your body becomes healthier as you increase the level of positive molecules. You may have 100 billion molecules in your body, and they will become more enhanced, more elevated, and therefore your immune system becomes stronger and you will get fewer illnesses. That doesn't mean you won't come down with the flu if you're at work and you're surrounded by a bunch of sick people, but maybe instead of 3 weeks, you'll have it for 2 weeks. or not quite as severe? What's
So,
your question?
My question is just really basics. Sitting in a chair devoted exclusively for meditation.
Phone off.
Phone off.
Television,
no door,
radio, no outside sounds. Anybody who comes to the door, you ignore.
Boundaries.
You create your own boundaries. And you say to people, I'm talking to God. Whatever you have to tell me can wait.
If someone's bothering you.
And someone once said that they told their roommates when they were trying to get sleep in college, if there's a fire, put it out and let me know about it later.
And then you're going to face a particular direction.
You want to face either north, which is the gravitational flow on this planet, regardless of what hemisphere you're in, or you want to face the east, which is how the sun rises, and you get the energy of the natural flow of the day. You don't want to face west because everything dies in the heat in the west. The west is the end of the day.
And you want to meditate in the morning and in the evening.
Or in the afternoon, whatever your schedule allows for, and however you feel. Some people are afternoon people. Some people are night people, morning people. You want to at least, as you get up in the morning, say, good morning, God. Good morning, angels. Good night, God. Good night, angels. You would love to get to the point where you can meditate twice a day. Begin your day and end your day. If you can't, meditate at least once a day. Start out with 5 minutes. And don't meditate right after you've had a heavy meal because you feel like you swallowed a bowling ball. Because you will become more aware and sensitive to your body and your body workings. And you become more aware of how you feel inside.
Now, we only have 2 more minutes, so I just want to
in this segment,
but I want to keep this one contained to at least this segment, so in case someone's on
That's
YouTube.
why you're the executive producer.
I'm trying here. So, breathing.
Focus on the breath. You know how they say in all these shows about focus on the breath, focus on the breath. Because the breath is the life force. Your chi, your ki, your prana is your life force. If there's no air in your body, you ain't gonna live. So you need to energize your spine. And so you start breathing slowly, focusing above the nose with your eyes closed. And you can either say Amen, Allah, God, Om, which is where Amen comes from, or Om Mani Padme Om. That's the circle, the lemniscate, which is the sideways 8, which is the male-female energy of God, and then the circle again.
And then what about
and you're conscious of your breath at first, but then you become less conscious of your breath. And you realize that you're relaxing more and you're going inward. I always say you must go in to go out.
What if you get a random thought? Is that okay?
Yeah. You're going to get random thoughts all the time. Keep a pad by you and a pencil, because you're going to get thoughts about, oh, I need to get gas tomorrow. I need to feed the cat. I need to get cat food. I need to walk the dog.
And as soon as all that clears out, that's when you can
then you can begin to meditate.
Right.
And we'll pick up that when we come back from our break. This is Linda Bennett with Metaphysically Speaking.